Delanco Township Committee Meeting of February 3rd, 2025, beginning at 7 p.m. at the Delanco Township Municipal Building, 770 Coopertown Road, Delanco, New Jersey. Mayor Seuss, we are recording.
Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to February 3rd, 2025's Township Committee Meeting, 7 p.m. Municipal Building at 770 Coopertown Road in Delanco. Roll call, please.
One moment. Mr. Bartlett.
Here.
Ms. Fitzpatrick is absent. Mr. McFadden.
Here.
Mr. Olet.
Here.
Ms. Seuss.
Here. Also present, Mr. Schwab, our Township Administrator, Mr. Fox, our Township Engineer, Mr. Heinhold, our Township Solicitor, Mrs. Laura is absent, Mrs. Russell, our Deputy Municipal Clerk, Mr. Fenimore, Superintendent of Public Works, Mr. Warren, our Acting Police Chief, and Ms. McFadden, our Administrative Assistant. Please rise for the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Sunshine statement, please.
Please be advised the proper notice of this meeting has been given in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act in the following manner. Written notice has been mailed to the Burlington County Times and Courier Post and published in the December 30th, 2024 editions. Written notice has been posted on the official bulletin board of the Township of Delanco at least 48 hours prior to the meeting. Live stream statement. This meeting of the Delanco Township Committee may be transmitted via live stream on YouTube video. The streaming of the meeting is not intended to be relied upon as formal public access under Open Public Meetings Act. And if the technology is disrupted for any reason, the township meeting will proceed in person as an official meeting in accord with the official notice.
Thank you. First item on the agenda tonight, we have ordinance 2025-1, calendar year 2025 ordinance to exceed the municipal budget appropriation limits and to establish a cap bank, NJSA 40A:4-45.14. This is the second reading by title only and public hearing. Hearing is open to the public for ordinance 2025-1. If you would like to come up and speak about this item, please come to the podium and state your name and address, please. Seeing none, I will close this hearing to the public. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Matt, second by Fern. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bartlett.
Yes.
Mr. McFadden.
Yes.
Mr. Olet.
Yes.
Ms. Seuss.
Yes. Next, we have ordinance 2025-2, an ordinance of the Township of Delanco amending Chapter 10-18 of the Codified Ordinances entitled Board of Recreation Commissioners. This is the second reading by title only and public hearing. The hearing is now open to the public for only ordinance 2025-2. Seeing no members of the public, this hearing is now closed. Motion, please.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Phil, second by
Second.
Matt. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bartlett.
Yes.
Mr. McFadden.
Yes.
Mr. Olet.
Yes.
Ms. Seuss.
Yes, thank you. Okay, we have two special presentations tonight. We're going to have the Delran EMS go first, please. They're going to come up and discuss the 2024 statistics and kind of give us the year-end review.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Chuck McSweeney, Chief of the Delran Emergency Squad. Thank you for the invite tonight to come and share this information with you guys. We do this monthly with the Delran Township, so we'd love to do it with you guys also. It's something you guys would like to do. Just like to provide in 2024 what we did. Delran, we had 3,681 calls for service, especially in the central communications. Does not include any of the special events or standbys that we've done with football games and Delran Day, stuff like that. And I believe we did a few events here in Delanco. Out of the 3,681, 584 of those dispatches were in Delanco. It accounts for about 16% of our volume. Out of that 584, we did transport 309 to the hospital, and 77 of those patients did refuse transport, which is unusual, for people that feel like they need to call 911. Just help them up if they fall down, take the blood pressure, make sure that they're good. We did see an increase in our call volume, about 12% towards the second half of the month. our second half of the year. And that's because we were actually helping out Edgewater for the months of November and December. They were resorted back to their other contractor that is providing care now, so they're there. Our average response time into Delanco is about 8 minutes. Our standard is about 10, so we're over the standard. Entire time from the call is dispatched, the time we have the patient to the hospital available is about 48 minutes. And that's about standard for everything that we're doing within this area, so that's pretty good. We did have an opportunity to train all the police officers in CPR. We were able to take a hybrid approach to it, let them do the online course. They came in, verified their skills, and we got them all done before the end of the year, so we got that accomplished for you guys. Our EMTs, we continue to embrace the expanded scope of practice. Our EMTs can go ahead and place CPAP on patients. We're going to be able to check blood sugars in the coming month. We also, due to our 2024 donation drive, we were able to buy 2 Lucas devices, which are mechanical CPR. So in addition to the advancements that we did in 2023 with the advanced AEDs, we now have the cardiac compression devices also. So it's allowing us to render better care at patient bedside. So very happy to see that moving forward. Just real quick, we do bill for services through third-party insurance companies. If a resident was to call and complain that they don't have insurance or anything like that, we do not put them into collections. We don't do any collections at all. We try to work with them. If they have insurance, we'll work with them. If they're not, we're a patient advocate. We'll direct them to charity care or how to take care of themselves. Because they have a bill from Delran Emergency Support. I'm sure there's a bill from the hospital also. So Virtual and all those other places have those programs in place. So we help provide the guidance to them if they call our office. They call our office and they provide some type of hardship, something that would be ready to call off, but no big deal. Obviously, through our contract, we did write off $46,890 in total. Global forgiveness for residents, that includes Delran and Delanco. We have better reporting tools as of the fall, so we will be able to break out specifically how much our charges are and how much is written off specifically for Delanco residents. So we're very excited about that. We spent 21,575 career hours. We spent 396 hours for volunteers, and we also did 38 hours of continuing education. So we're very excited that we're able to do that. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We want to make sure you guys understand what we're doing, and if there's any questions or problems, we're always available for you guys. And we provide monthly reports to the township manager and Matt.
Thank you very much.
Question.
Sure.
You said 60% of your calls come to Delanco?
No.
16.
16.
Okay.
1.6.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for that clarification. I'm like, wow.
If not, if we move my ones over here, but it's
584 of the 3,600, so 16%.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And 584, that's about when Delanco EMS was operating still. That's right around the number that we were doing each year. Usually it was between 550 and 600, so that checks out.
Matt, do you need them to come every month, or you think once a quarter might be more, what do you think?
I talked to Chuck as needed. I think it'd be nice, maybe once a quarter, you could come to township committee meetings and give an update, but we get our monthly reports. They get sent to the administrator. I review them as well, and Bev has them for the records in here.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys have any issues, please let me know. I love to get compliments, and we know people who get complaints, but I love to also hear the good things.
Yes.
It is.
Definitely. I know we're very happy with the service we're receiving, and we appreciate you guys very much.
I appreciate your service.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Chuck.
Okay, our next special presentation is going to be by the Friends of Burlington County Animal Shelter regarding the trap, neuter, and vaccine release program for cats. So if you'd like to come on up.
Thank you. I actually spoke here a couple years ago. I noticed your names kind of look familiar.
Yeah.
I know you guys were very receptive to an ordinance, and I know we all get busy, so I kind of wanted to circle back as we go town to town. Just to refresh you, my name is Ann. I live in Lumberton. I work in Burlington County as a CPA at Lockheed Martin for the last 30 years, and I'm part of the leadership team of our organization. We support the county animal shelter, and we devote our time and all the funds raised to address animal homelessness, overpopulation, and abandonment. Thank you for letting me speak tonight. I really do appreciate it. We have many programs that we fund, but the one I wanted to speak tonight is about humanely reducing community cats through our TNR program. So just hard to read that, sorry. It was better when we had the lights on, but I don't want to put everybody in the dark. But if anybody wants to read it, but I could just, I'm not looking to take up a ton of your time. But I just want to say, we are a 501c3
Feature
nonprofit.
presentation.
We are all volunteers, and we partner with the county animal shelter to care for all the shelter pets and help place them into adopted homes. And we also work with the community to try to reduce the number of homeless pets. We started in November of 2010. We have over 500 volunteers on record. We provide the equivalent of over $1 million of free labor annually. Last year, we raised over $600,000 from local residents and businesses. So there's a lot of people that care about homeless animals, and we're so happy about that. We pay for all the advanced medical care at the shelter. The county does not. We pay for all the broken legs, the bad teeth, the broken tails, animals hit by cars. They all used to be euthanized before our organization came to be. We also run, and this is no diss at the shelter staff. They work extremely hard, and we love partnering with them. They really care about the animals there as well. But it is a never-ending battle to keep up with them. So we run the cat and dog foster programs for them. We pull adoptable time-stamped dogs into private kennels that we pay for. We've been keeping the dog save rate over 90% for years, which is really good considering there's probably 110 kennels full of pit bull mixes. But we've kept that number at a no-kill status for years now. We also run a shelter diversion program to try to keep animals out of the shelter by providing pet food to Oaks Food Pantry for people that, can't afford to feed their pets. We also have our own cat adoption center in Mount Holly now, which has adopted over 300 cats in its first year. The Miller family donated the old Rancocas veterinary office in Mount Holly on Old Mill Street to us, which was a game changer for us. We also partner with Best Friends. If anyone's heard of Best Friends, it's kind of like the mothership of animal rescue. They're out in Kanab, Utah, and they're all across the nation trying to get all shelters to a no-kill status. So one of our largest programs, why I'm here today, is the TNVR program. We were trying to work with all Burlington County towns to adopt an ordinance that works best for you. We receive hundreds of emails every year from residents looking to help community cats in their neighborhoods. We have cats, I have cats in my yard, the neighborhood has cats, them feeding a stray, it never ends. We can barely, we really have trouble keeping up, but we try. So we provide low-cost spay-neuter services for over 2,000 community cats a year. Last year, we spent $97,000 fixing these cats. We also support community caregivers and residents by lending traps or trapping for them if they physically can't. We help with the recovery of these cats at our adoption center, and we help with the releasing. We also support medical care for injured community cats. We spent $21,000 last year on that. And the 300 cats we adopted out of our building, which is affectionately known as the Hissy Hut, if you ever drive by it, you'll see the sign. These are all abandoned cats that we caught during our trapping while helping residents, mostly abandoned pets. The ones that were chipped, no one called us back, or they said, well, we didn't want it anymore, so luckily they found us. So for statistics, in 2024, 231 community cats were euthanized at the shelter versus 243 in 2023, which is a slight decrease year over year. The live exit rate last year for cats was 78%. Prior to us coming to be in 2010, the live exit rate for all cats was only 27%. So it's really gone up with foster program, TNR. Luckily, Delanco had 0 cats euthanized at the shelter last year, which was excellent. And in 2023, there was only 5. So we're not talking big numbers out of your town. So for community cat euthanasia rates going back to 2019, it was over 500. It starts to decline, and we've been kind of holding steady at 230, 240 the last few years. So TNR has really helped with stopping all these kittens from being born. Let's see. I have a cat reproduction chart here, and apparently it doesn't show on this slide for some reason when you're in screen mode. But anyway, it just showed how many cats. If you have 2 cats in your yard, in about 5 years, you're going to have 75 cats in your yard, just to show that how quickly they multiply. Cats can have kittens at age 4 months, and they can be nursing and having more kittens if they can be pregnant. So it's a nonstop battle. So obviously you guys are doing something good because you are not flooding the shelter like other towns are with their community cats. So the reason we need an ordinance is, one, we're trying to get Burlington County to become a no-kill county. We want to follow the model of Cape May County, Monmouth County, Camden County is getting there. We really want to be one of those towns or counties that can say we're a no-kill county. So the ordinance would just allow existing authorities, whether it's animal control, the police, whoever, and the shelter, to use TNR for community cat control in your town. It wouldn't be any charge. If a cat goes in, it gets fixed for free and brought back to its outdoor home. And we're only talking about cats that look like they're doing okay. Somebody's feeding them and somebody's caring for them. Removing the current restrictions in all the municipalities will eliminate that horrible 7-day stray hold. Every time a community cat comes in, it's held for 7 days in a cage. It's never been in a cage, and then they're ultimately euthanized. We try to get them into barn programs, but there really aren't that many. It also allows shelter resources rather than having to take care of a snarling feral cat in some cases, to free them up to do other things that they're, rather be doing rather than doing that. So it also reduces the potential for spreading diseases. You bring these cats in from the outside, if they're sick or have an upper respiratory, that can flood through the whole shelter, even to the adoptable cats. And it also reduces compassion fatigue. We know many staff that really are exhausted from having to kill perfectly healthy animals. So anyway, enforcement of local ordinances would still be under your preview, everything, your animal control, your police, but any assistance for TNR would be provided by us. And it's really the only effective way to do community cat management. Over 600 cities and towns across America have been doing it. Catch and kill has proven not to work, and it's also, the more humane choice, for the reasons I discussed previously. So that's really it. I just wanted to, we're going town to town to try to get towns, and like I said, the highest town probably has 70 cats that were euthanized at the shelter. You obviously had 0, and last year you had 5, so you're not a big hitter, but it would be great if we could get all the towns to just be on the same page and have an ordinance, and it'll allow us to be called and come in and take care of your, any issues you have. Luckily, I guess you haven't had any. Do you guys use ACO, or do you have?
Yeah. Yeah, ACO.
Oh, okay. Okay, I guess he hasn't had to track much, so that's great news. Or maybe I know we get calls from residents, probably in Delanco, every town calls us, and sometimes we're just doing it without you guys even, happen to be involved, which is great, and that's kind of what we're hoping for too. So thank you for listening and appreciate your time. And I guess I'll just reach out from the old email trail and see. I know I sent a sample ordinance that you guys, can take a look at. It also has a nuisance abatement clause, so any resident confrontations, can be worked out. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ann.
Thank you.
Do we want to keep the lights off in here tonight? It's very romantic. Thank you.
Thank you.
We can see the audience again.
I have the chief investigating that banging noise because it's really bothering me. Yeah.
Sounds like the heater's trying to come on.
It does, yeah. Okay, do we want to move the discussion up to right now, so we can have the discussion now while everybody's still here? I don't have to wait. Anybody have any comments, questions? I guess we would take this ordinance and kind of put it into the format that we would need, Mr. Heinold?
Yes, I would need to get the ordinance and review it, adopt it, so it's in a format that fits into our code.
Okay. Yeah, if you could look into doing that, that would be great.
I'll coordinate with Beth.
Ms. Fitzpatrick, who was kind of coordinating this, she's ill tonight, so she apologizes she couldn't be here. Yeah, she wanted to be here and then be part of it because she is a big supporter of the program. So, of course. Any comments from the committee? Do we want to open it up to the public for any comments? If you'd like to come up, state your name and address.
Hi.
Hi, Wendy.
Devonshire, good evening. I live at 539 Burlington Ave.
Just move that mic towards your face. There you go. Thanks.
And I was also here a couple years ago, and I want to thank you for pointing that out for our town, having no cats. I've been doing a lot of TNR on my own, independent, as you all know. And a lot of people, I wish I had a poster board with all the cats and their pictures that I've teed on in our town, but I don't. But these papers, each one of these represents a cat that I TNR'd in Delanco. This is just Delanco cats. And now there's like 40 of them here.
The all pets for.
Oh, yes, I use all pets. So we do have a cat issue, but it isn't out of control like other towns I've seen. Willingboro has a big problem. Yeah, they have a big issue. But, we do, have a cat problem, and I've been doing it on my own. And so this would be a big help to have an ordinance in place.
Yeah.
So that's all I just wanted to say.
Wendy, thank you so much for your work that you do for the town, and we appreciate you sharing the pictures on the Facebook page so the residents can see the cats, and thank you for keeping them under control.
Yes, oh, and that's not to mention the 30-plus kittens that I've taken off the streets of Delanco that we don't have running around because they all have homes now.
Yeah, so they get adopted.
So, yes.
That's awesome. Thank
So,
you.
yeah, thank you.
We appreciate you, Wendy. Thank you so
Wendy.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, so I guess the next step would be to get that the ordinance in the format that we need, and we can put it on the agenda for a meeting later this month or in March, and we can discuss it more then when Ms. Fitzpatrick is back. Anybody else wishing to speak at this time? Okay, I'll close this portion of the presentation to the public, and then I'm going to open the meeting up to the public for general comments and questions. This is session 1. If you'd like to come up to the podium, speak about anything, please state your name and address. This is, session 1 is now open to the public. Seeing no one, I will close this meeting to the public. We are going to go to comments and reports. Comments to the professionals. Mr. Heinhold.
I'll just report again that for those people who've been attending the meetings, this is going to sound a bit redundant, but we are in the 4th round of affordable housing in the state of New Jersey. There was a deadline of January 31st. At our last meeting, we adopted a resolution to accept the designated number through the process. And because of the extensive work that the committee has done in the past, we are in a position to be able to not only not build additional units, but be able to likely extend existing units restrictions to buy future conformance going forward. I just talked to Mary Beth Lonergan, our planner, again tonight. We will be following up on those discussions, but I think the import from the general public standpoint is that Delanco has been in compliance up to this deadline. We filed timely to remain in compliance and under protection, meaning no developer can come in and say, we think Delanco should change in this way, and we'll put the units where we say we want them to put it. We have the ability to control our own destiny relative to this issue, and again, because of past projects and approvals, we are in very good shape in that regard. So we'll keep you updated as we move through the process, but as far as affordable housing news goes in the state of New Jersey, this is as good as it gets. Or what? No, I'll wait and see if there's any comment.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Mr. Fox.
Thank you, Mayor. My report's pretty brief this evening, but bringing everyone up to date on our road projects. The DOT grant road project, which is Walnut Street and Chestnut Street, that has been submitted to the state for their preliminary review. The plans of inspector are complete, and we'll get their comments. And also we're going to review those with the subcommittee, Public Works Subcommittee. If they have any changes, we can make those changes at that time as well. The task force program, which is one block of Delaware Avenue and one block of Second Street. Those plans are done as well, and we're going to review that with the subcommittee. And once we go over when we have that subcommittee meeting, our next report at the next meeting that I'm attending, I can give you all the dates when we went to award the project, when they would start, and when construction will be anticipated to be completed.
I'll add that to my project board,
Yeah.
your timeline.
I didn't see that yet, but.
Oh, it's there.
I know.
Did John get back to you about Thursday?
No, I haven't heard from anyone, but, yeah,
And Richard?
and, yeah, Richard.
Yeah, anytime between 10 and 3. What time works for you on Thursday? 3?
Yeah,
Is that work, or a little earlier? 3 is good?
2:30 would be better.
3:30?
2:30.
2:30.
2:30.
2:30, okay, 2:30 Thursday, it's a date.
Thank you. And along with that, we also have the community development block grant project, which is replacing handicap accessible ramps throughout town, several locations. We'll review that as well. Again, I'll have dates for everyone at our next meeting. The new Brookfront Park, plans are pretty close to being finished. I did, my report, my written report to you, I'm going to revise those dates. We ran into a little snag, so everything's being pushed back in 2 weeks when those dates there. So we're going to advertise on the 17th, February 17th. We'll receive the bids on March 13th. We'll award on the 17th, March 17th meeting. And we would expect construction to start around the 14th, 15th of April. Still, there's no issue with having the construction completed by the June 27th. I anticipate having construction complete. I don't see any issue with that at all because of, as you know, how we're doing the gazebo. That's being done by state contract, and that was what was going to be a long lead time, which we needed a long contract time for that. We don't need that anymore, so I'm really confident that we'll have enough time to complete the project. And it's just extra 2 weeks is a chance to dot the i's and cross the t's on it, so.
Who would start first? Would the general contractor start, prep the site, and then they would install the pavilion?
Yeah, the general contractor would come in, get the site set up, and then they would work together with the gazebo contractor. But yes, the GC would start first to get all his safety fencing up, soil erosion measures, all that kind of stuff. Probably start doing some rough grading, and then usually go to the contractor.
And when was the pre-con meeting, you think?
There wouldn't be a pre-con meeting. We won't know that until we award the contract.
Okay.
And see who that is. Then we'll determine the pre-con meeting.
Perfect.
Harry, is that being put on a slab or on footers? Or?
It's going to be put on footings, and underneath the gazebo with our pavers. But the actual gazebo is being done with footings.
Okay, thank you.
Footings and then the slab, and then the pavers will be on top of the slab.
Yeah,
Right.
slab is just wood and bricks.
Yes.
Yeah, pavers, yeah, yes. Correct.
You don't put pavers on the ground, so it's like a little, would be a rat slab, I guess.
Yeah, it's a 4-inch slab,
Yeah.
and you'll put the sand down, put the bricks down, and just to support it more.
Okay, thank you.
That's all I have this evening.
Okay. Where do we stand with the boat ramp? I know you were talking about maybe at the end of this month or having something together for that.
Yeah, by the next couple of weeks, I should be able to get on that. We can be kind of putting all pushes into the park.
Yeah, I know. I just,
So, yeah.
general, that's fine.
Yep, it's in the works.
We're definitely focusing on the waterfront park, so I get it. All good. Okay. Department heads. Beverly.
Thank you, Mayor. As you all know, Animal Licensing Month was in January. All dogs and cats by state and local statute needed to be licensed by January 31st. So any that we know of that are on our books that were not, we'll send out late notices. There is a late fee of $3 per month, $3 per pet per month. So we kind of soft enforce and continue to send out late notices to residents to try to get them on board and ascertain if any of their pets have passed or they've moved away. We do have some upcoming events, some dates I want to share with you. The townwide yard sale will be the last Saturday in April, April 26th. And the shredding event that we hold here every spring and every fall, and the community cleanup dates would be the following Saturday of May 3rd. And then if the governing body would like to consider authorizing the finance department to pay any bills that may come due, as our next meeting isn't until February 24th, if there are any bills that they need to pay that would incur interest, if you would be interested in considering that.
Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, can we have a motion to approve the bills to be paid?
Yes, please.
So moved?
Second?
Motion by Matt, second by Fern. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you very much, Mayor.
Mr. Fenimore?
Yes, we snowplowed and salted, and put out 30 ton of salt. We picked up 15 cubic yards of brush, mostly Christmas trees. Picked up trash along Creek Road, Coopertown, Ball Field, and West Avenue. We fixed 13 recycling lids, cleaned all the storm drains off, removed one tree at West Avenue, no storm damage. And we cleaned the sidewalks off for the snow removal, which was a little feat in it because everything got frozen, but we finally got everything cleaned off. And then finally, we got all our wood chips picked up. The county picked them up. And we don't know how lucky we are they do that. That's all I have.
Thank you. No compost report?
Yeah.
Nah. It's settling.
Okay,
I turned it last month and it's resting.
okay. Thank you for the update. Chief?
Short turnaround from last Monday, so nothing to report.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're going to move to the consent agenda. Consent agenda items are considered to be routine and will be enacted with a single motion. Any item requiring discussion will be removed from the consent agenda. All consent agenda items will be reflected in full in the minutes. Does anyone have anything they'd like to remove or discuss?
2025-37, please.
Okay, we will remove that. Okay, Resolution 2025-38, disposal of unclaimed bikes/property. Resolution 25-39, resolution authorizing Burlington County Division of Mosquito Control to conduct aerial, larval, adult mosquito controls activities and authorizing execution of municipal agreement form. Resolution 25-40, resolution authorizing professional services of bidding, engineering, environmental oversight, and contract administration for environmental remediation work at the 200 Ash Street Park site. Resolution 25-41, a resolution authorizing the Township of Delanco through the Township of Delanco Police Department to participate in the Defense Logistics Agency Law Enforcement Support Office 1033 program to enable the Township of Delanco Police Department to request and acquire excess Department of Defense equipment. 25-42, renewal of contract for FOD turf maintenance. We have the payment of bills, current fund, $657,589.97. Payroll, $67,358.95. Capital fund, $20,619.32. Escrow trust, $4,278. Approval of business license 2024-49. Approval of consent agenda. Can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Matt, second by Fern. Roll call.
Mr. Bartlett.
Yes?
Mr. McFadden.
Yes.
Mr. Olet.
Yes.
Ms. Seuss.
Yes, thank you. Circling back to Resolution 2025-37, that's the authorizing execution of agreement of sale for purchase of 401 Creek Road.
We could give the public a Reader's Digest version of the agreement. Mr. Randall, please.
Sure, I'll do what I can. The For those of you who are following the 401 Creek transaction, we authorized by ordinance the acquisition. This resolution is the result of negotiation now between Criterion and the township as to the actual terms of the acquisition. The basics are it's a $3.5 million purchase price. There are some requirements relative to the pre-purchase process that are standard for commercial transactions, a little bit longer than usual because we are a public entity and we need time to take action at public meetings. So we have 120 days for our due diligence period. We have 60 days for our title review period. And assuming the governing body acts favorably on this agreement, I will coordinate with counsel for the other party, for the seller, and we will put together a time frame that basically gets us from agreement execution to the closing table. That will include all the due diligence that we have to do on our side, the title work, and the bond ordinance process, which is I'm sure you've sat through bond ordinance adoption, but it's an ordinance process where we have to send notices, and ultimately, once that bond ordinance is approved, we have to issue bond anticipation notes. That is the nutshell of sort of where we are in the process. We did negotiate fairly lengthy back and forth with the seller's counsel. We have, I do municipal work. I've been doing it for 25 years. My sister is a commercial real estate attorney who's also my law partner. So we've had a lot of eyes on this document. I'm comfortable recommending it to the governing body for the purposes of what we're trying to accomplish here.
Thank you. Could you just elaborate what is involved in due diligence period? What will happen then?
Sure. I mean, the biggest issue in the due diligence process is to pull in Harry and his office, environmental resolutions. They've got experts in the environmental fields who have already started the process of reviewing what is in place. Criterion just bought this property in 22. So they provided documents to us relative to their due diligence process. But we can certainly expand upon that and revisit things as ERI recommends. And then, again, once we get through tonight, I'll be in contact with Harry immediately to start talking about what those items are, what the time frame is, and ensure that, we've dotted our I's and crossed our T's to make sure that we're getting what we negotiated for, which is a commercial property without any unknown environmental issues that would cost us money down the line to address.
So it's really just kind of the inspection period on the commercial end, what's called due diligence.
There are buildings on the property. There has been review by township officials. I'm not sure, that's not really the point of what we're acquiring this for. We do have the ability to inspect. One key element that was a bit of a negotiation back and forth is they've got to take all the personal property off this, which they didn't want to do, but they're doing. So I think that makes perfect sense because we don't want to, again, buy something we don't know, it's not really what the deal's about, and it's a lot cheaper for a private entity to undertake that work than for a public entity to do so.
And the township does not want to be a landlord, so that's why the tenant is being asked to leave.
Yeah, we did look at that issue. Quite frankly, again, there's not significant enough revenue to justify the likelihood that it would change the financing elements under the public financing laws. So we are accepting the property tenant-free. And they have notified their tenants there are no issues in that regard, and there is an expectation that they will be vacant based upon those communications and as a requirement of closing.
Thank you. Anything else, sir?
No, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thanks for asking.
Phil or Matt, anything?
No, I'm good with this.
Okay, I would ask for a motion to approve Resolution 2025-37, authorizing the execution of agreement of sale for purchase of 401 Creek Road.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Phil, second by Matt. Roll call, please.
Mr. Bartlett,
Yes.
Mr. McFadden,
Yes.
Mr. Olet,
The resolution that's before us this evening, the Township Committee, prior to this, had approved the purchase of 401 Creek Road. And in going through the resolution that we have on our agenda this evening for the purchase, gone through it, pleased that the environmental piece is going to be handled by ERI, and that we're not totally counting on the report that was submitted by Criterion. So I have confidence there, and I also have confidence in Mr. Heinhold and the work that his firm put into drawing up the agreement. So I vote yes.
Ms. Seuss.
Yes, thank you to Doug for his hard work in getting this done with all the language that protects us moving forward.
Thank you to all of you, and I will specifically note that both the mayor and our former mayor were helpful in that process as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Any correspondence, Bev?
Yes, one piece, we received notice from the Board of Chosen Freeholders, the Division of Mosquito Control, requesting our approval for their FAA permit that they do annually to allow them to do aerial spraying of mosquitoes. Doesn't mean that they're going to, it just gives them the ability to do that if they need it. And that was your Resolution 39 this evening, was giving them that authority. And that's it.
Thank you. Meeting is now open to the public. This is session 2 for comments and questions. Please come up to the podium and state your name and address. Ray? Did you come late? Where were you?
Changing around.
Huh?
Keep you on your toes.
Give me an extra curveball. Okay.
Yes. Question for you. Is the-
Name and address.
Oh, sorry. Ray Weber, 22 Ships Way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Is the county looking into helping out with any purchase of that property? Because there is some wetlands on there, as well as there's backs onto the county path. I would think they'd be wanting to preserve it.
The county is not helping with the purchase, but they are aware of the wetlands and discussions have commenced regarding that
Yeah, DEP and so forth, I would assume,
with the county.
with the county.
I don't know where it's gone from that.
Okay, all right. The other thing then too is, there's been a number of problems with geese, and I know they're endangered species.
They're protected.
They're protected. And I know along the creek there seems to be coming in quite a bit, and well as, we've had a number of residents complain about them. I tell them they're endangered species or protected species, or whatever you want to call it. Is there any other problems in any other areas within the township? And any solutions that the township might have come up with?
They're everywhere.
Come look at the side door of the building
Yeah.
that
Oh,
we
yeah,
stepped over
well,
tonight.
that's it. I mean, yeah, they're.
Should
they're
see what
all-
they did to the
Go out to the
seawall.
Field of Dreams. You
Yeah.
can't walk.
Well, that's it, yeah, it's the same thing
Can't
over by
walk.
us. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Bruce Field, same thing.
Yeah.
Our seawall.
I just want to,
If we want to spend thousands of dollars a month for geese, the geese people to come out, what's that what it was? To
$1,000.
do whatever they do? Geese
Yeah.
chasers?
yeah, keep
Yeah.
should be $1,000. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, per
Shot.
site.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I thought I'd
unfortunately, we just
let you
have
know.
to deal with their funkiness and, yeah,
And just a reminder that February 13th, you're
Yes.
invited.
it's on the calendar.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank
And
you.
Ray, I'll have an answer for you, what we talked about for your system over there tomorrow.
Okay, good.
I was promised that tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else? Going once, going twice? Session 2 is now closed to the public. Discussion items, recreational facility fee structure update. In your packet, you have proposed fee structure that's been prepared by Recreation to update the field usage fees which hadn't been done in a while, to be more in line with today's expenses, now that the lights are there, now that we have more turf maintenance. So I would ask for you to look that over and see if you have any questions or want to chat about it. They did have a subcommittee on this. They went back and forth with members of Recreation, Township Liaison, and Aaron Provenzano.
Mr. McFadden,
Yes.
you were part of the Recreation Committee before. Any input or thoughts?
We did take a lot of time to review this, and, along with me, is the new current chairperson of the Recreation Commission, and, Stephen Lohr was also available for this. And this is what we had came up on based on what we could charge per facility with the Green Acres
Guidelines.
restriction that they put on us. So this is what we felt was comfortable for all parties involved.
It's still affordable, very much so, and they wanted to get this to the different groups in the beginning of the year while they do their budget, so they don't have any unexpected fees. I think a monthly fee of $300 per, as a base fee, and then you have a shed rental fee, and then a monthly restroom fee, because we are now providing someone to utilize and clean the restrooms, which before it was on the different organizations to do that and their volunteers, and it just became too much. So I think the fees are very reasonable, and they are, Phil, correct me if I'm wrong, they put in a separate account and they have to be
Yes.
utilized for only fees? That's for DICA, right?
Only when it involves Del Riv.
Yeah. So Del Riv's fees are put in a separate line item account, and they can only be used for field fees, like field maintenance and improvements. So
So these other fees would be for
outside.
Correct.
groups.
Yes.
Yeah, 'cause Del Riv is listed as our official town sponsored, whatever it's called.
We have an in-kind
Agreement,
service
yeah.
agreement with that.
Right. So this is outside organizations, not from Delanco.
Thank you.
Is the light fees built into this?
Yes.
Okay.
We did look at the usage and the PSE&G bills month over month while the lights were being utilized, and it was very minimal. They are pretty energy efficient, and they are on an app. They're controlled by an app, so they're not on every night. When it's raining and a certain person remembers that it's raining to turn them off, they get turned off. Yeah, so they work with the organizations to only have the lights on when they need them.
And it looks like the field usage schedule hasn't been updated since 2012. So,
Correct.
Yes.
yeah. It seems to be much more in line with what
Yeah,
it
and it's
should
still
be.
very much affordable. Anyone else have any questions or comments? Can we get a motion to approve the field usage revisions?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
Just a question, this has been adopted by the rec board, rec commission?
Yes.
Okay. And we're basically just agreeing to what they've already,
It has to be, yes, approved
Okay.
by us. Okay, so that was a motion by Phil, seconded by me. Roll call, I guess, or all in favor?
You do.
Doesn't matter, all in favor?
Maybe a roll call since it's a resolution.
Okay.
Mr. Bartlett,
yes.
Mr. McFadden,
Yes.
Mr. Olet,
Yes,
Ms. Seuss.
Yes, thank you.
and this was 2025-43.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, there's no need for an executive session, so can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Second.
Oh, thank God.
Motion by Matt, second by Fern. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, good night. We'll see you at our next meeting on the 24th.